Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday. It's silly o'clock in the morning. And I'm meant to be having a lie-in because it's been such a busy week, but no, my cat's decided to wake me up. So, hello everyone. My name is the Saving Scholar. And today I'm going to be unstuffing my weekly funds and stuffing ready for the week. This is the last week for me in September because I get paid, which I can't tell you how excited I am. I really need it. So I am a cash stuffer. I love cash stuffing, and I just get really excited about it, really. And it's totally changed my way of life. But bit of a disclaimer, this is not financial advice. It is just what works for me. And I wanted to share my journey because I wanted to hold myself accountable, because sometimes I have the tendency to buy books, lots and lots of books. And I was realizing that just paying for it on my card, I wasn't really acknowledging those itty bits of payments that I was making and how much it would build up. So that's why I started cash stuffing after seeing it on TikTok, actually. And I just thought that's a really great idea. So I went with it, and here I am now. So first of all, if you haven't watched my previous videos, you will know that it has been an horrific week for me. It's just been really busy. I spent loads and loads of money because my son went to university. My husband has been away for work at the Southampton Boat Show, and it's just me and my son. So everything has gone out the window because it is also induction week at my work. So I work at university, and the students have come back, which has been lovely. But it's been really, really busy, and I have a new job role, and I'm still kind of getting used to some of the workings. So it just feels really weird for me. So much so that I haven't really been sleeping very well, and I'm just a little bit all over the place. But it's good. It's fine. And I'm truly blessed to have such a wonderful, fulfilling job, and a great support network. So today I'm going to go food shopping. My dad's going to take me because I can't drive. If you watch my first video, you know that's something that's a bit of an issue with me and my husband. So enough about me. Let's get to it and see if we can feed Turps today. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so first of all, I thought it would be a good idea to kind of go through what I've spent this week. And it's horrific. Now, I used to do this religiously, and then I just stopped over the summer because I work during the summer. I plan, I have meetings, and I do research over the summer. But it's all a little bit different. And I went off the wagon a little bit when it come to not saving, but not holding myself accountable and putting it down on paper. And I'm a bit old school. I do a lot on paper. So you'll see that rather than electronic things. So I started it back up because I knew that things were going to be tight, and there were lots of things coming up, particularly that C word. And I just needed to kind of go up a couple levels. So with that in mind, I'm just going to go through this week and the end of the week before. So I started doing this like the Wednesday night, 13th, and straight away I realised that I did a whoopsie because I had a coffee at work. So I had a meeting on campus, and it was before things really got put in motion with induction and everything. And I had a meeting on campus with my co-worker, my friend, and I bought myself a coffee. So whoopsie, and that went on the credit card because it's cashless at my work. So that was in the red because it wasn't taking out budgeting. It wasn't something I prepared for. And then the Friday, I didn't spend anything apart from we went out for our son's leaving meal, which I have been saving for a long, long time. So it was taken out of of a special kind of pot, but I kept it in the takeaway pot. And this was a meal for, I think it was 15 of us in the end, and we paid for everyone's meal because it was just a Toby carvery. It was really lovely, but it was also to not only say goodbye to our son, but it was also to say thank you to all our family and friends who had helped us to get our son to uni, because he is studying dance. He's always been a dancer since age of 4, 5. He's been to dance lessons. He's had to go and do performances in my area and beyond. And our family and friends have really helped us for times that we couldn't take him, and they've been to shows as well as us, and they've just really supported our son. So we wanted to say thank you to them for being able to put our son in the position where he can go and study his love. So that was what that was about. So it was £146.50. We took that out of the takeaway meal, and we actually had a little bit left over, which I put straight back into the credit card after the Saturday. Now, the Saturday was the day that our son moved into uni. So we had to travel there. So we spent more on petrol. We actually borrowed my parents-in-law's car because they've got a much bigger car than us. And so we knew we'd have to find extra petrol somewhere, which we did. And then we moved him in. We had already got a lot of stuff already through friends, family, us, etc., but we wanted to get him really stocked up on food. So, and we needed to get a couple towels and just things like that. So we spent £125.56 on the credit card. Yeah, so I went crazy, and it was like just putting everything in the trolley, and I didn't even look at the prices, which is not me. And I think in part it was because it was a totally different town. We have been there loads before because my son's performed at that place loads, but it was busy, it was heaving, it was, you could tell who the students and the parents were. So we just put stuff in, and we knew that we would deal with it the end of this month and obviously the following month. Before that, we'd all decided to get ourselves a coffee on the way at a stop point. So that was £8.55 on the credit card at drive-through Costa. And then just before we went shopping, we took him, our son and my husband, we went for a nice pub lunch so that we knew that he had been fully fed, ready for freshers. So just in case he decided he wanted to go out, at least we knew he'd been fed. So he had a really big lunch, which was lovely. We then went out for a drink afterwards, but my husband actually paid for that. So we had a big outgoing here, and I haven't put down our son's accommodation yet. But if you watch the previous video, you will know that actually that goes on the credit card. There was a really good reason for that about interest-free, and we pay it every 3 months. So that's a really big, hefty thing. So I need to put the price in that as well. So that was Saturday, crazy. And then on the Sunday, instead of doing our normal food shop on the Saturday, obviously it was moved to the Sunday. I put £20 in the credit card folder just because I felt so terrible about the Saturday. £20 was really going to make a dent. But I put £20 in the credit card folder. That's why it's in green. And we did our food shop. And I think I was looking at every penny in Aldi, and I really tried to cut that food shop down. And I did. We got £10 worth of vapes at the range so that we were stocked up for my husband, who obviously went away, and for me. And then because I was feeling a bit down because my husband's gone away and a bit grr because I spent so much money, and this is the problem that I have, I was like, well, I've spent loads of money anyway. I need to go buy some books. And I did, because there's a charity shop right next door to my supermarket, and it is a book charity shop, and it's deadly, and I try not to go in there. My husband said, buy a book to cheer me up, and I came out with like 8-9 books. So yeah, and that was it. And I was like, right, this is enough. Okay, we're on this. So on Monday, it was my first induction. I made sure I packed lunch and put some flasks of coffee. So it was a no spend. Yay. And I put £20 into my dad. I don't know why it's Xmas. My dad's birthday present. His birthday is next month, which is fine. Because I had some money left over because I spent so little. I decided just to put that in, so that was done. Tuesday, it was another no spend. Go me. And then on Wednesday, I got my kind of like a midpoint pay. I get some money going in at that point. So I have about £500 going in. I took £300 out the ATM. And if you watch the previous video, I put £200 into the credit card, £80 ready for today for my food, and £20 in graduation. So if you want a little bit more information about that, then please do go check it out. Other than that, I didn't do a no spend. Again, I'd be so good this week. And then Thursday was another no spend. Obviously, my husband now is away at the boat show. So it's just me and my son. And then last night, something that was planned and I saved for it. Me and my son had Chinese, and they were a bit late with our order. And they gave us loads of food, like food doubled up stuff. So we had like 2 egg fried rices and stuff like that. So actually, we're going to have Chinese again tonight. It's in the fridge ready to go. So we had a really lovely Chinese. That was my son's choice of takeaway. And it was just really lovely. And that's it. So actually, take away the Sunday and the Saturday, I've done pretty good this week. So with that in mind, what we're going to do is we're going to see how much money I've got left this week. So let's go. Okay, so this is my day-to-day folder. This is the folder that I have in my bag. It's a little bit smaller than the other folders. I used to have a folder that size, and I just found it was too big. So, and priorities, my books come first. So I decided to get a little smaller folder. Now, I really like it because it's perfect for going out. I'm one of those people that don't particularly like bending my notes, but it really works for me. So it's a little dinky one. I just find it's great. And I've had loads of comments actually when I go to shops and stuff about my little wallet. Okay, so I'm going to work backwards actually, because the food is the one I'm going to be really taking out. So vape, I've got nothing in there because we spent £10 at the range getting our vapes, and I'm not going to put anything in because I still have loads, and my husband says he's fine, so I'm not going to buy any vapes, and so I'm not going to put any money into vapes or anything. Books, I haven't put anything in, so I've got nothing to take out. Takeaways, absolutely empty now, because we bought the Chinese last night. Petrol, we have a little bit left actually. I'm quite impressed by this. We have £20 left, and I don't think we're going to use all of that when I do my monthly unstuffing in the middle of the week. So that's really fantastic. So that's great. So we're going to keep that in there because that's a monthly leave. Toiletries we've ran out because we got all my son's university stuff. Pet supplies, again, this is a monthly. So I think this will probably go by the end of the week. Pet supplies is their cat litter stuff, their treats, things like that, sprays, etc., etc. I've got 4 cats. Only meant to have 2. Long story, but I now have 4. And our little black cat is she is officially an anxious cat, really anxious. So I have to spend quite a bit of money getting these like calming plugins, and my money comes out of that. But their wet food doesn't, because I actually get that on Amazon, because they're really fussy cats and they get really expensive food. So everything else comes out of pet supplies. So I think that will probably go. Household has got nothing. This is another monthly because we got loads of Ben's things, our son's stuff for uni, so that's empty as well. And then finally we have food. So food is one of my weekly ones, and I can see a note in there. So I have £20, which isn't too bad, actually. I'm quite chuffed with that. So we're going to put Turps there so Turps can hold it. So that's what's in the folder. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed Turps. So let's have a look what I have in here. I've actually got quite a lot. This is fabulous. Okay, so Turps is also a bit fussy and he doesn't like pound coins, so I can put everything else in. Now, I don't do penny saving challenges because I just find I don't really count all the little pennies. What I do is that I tend to keep the change in my little coin purse, and I use that for when something isn't a round number. So for example, if it's not £5 but it's £3.10, I'll try and use the change up, which I find really helps me. So I'm going to keep the £1 here, so it's £2 coins here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put all the copper into Turps. Yay, Turps is being fed. This makes me so happy. In there. Okay, and then 20, 40, 60, 81. Oh, that's good. There we are. And then all my little fives. So that goes in Turps. And then what I will do is I will start, I'll put some of my other coins that I have in another room, and then I just put it in there, and then I just use it as a rotation really. But that's a lot of coins. I think it's because when I got change back from a shop, they gave me like £3 worth of random change, which is fine. So with that in mind, I'm going to stuff my day-to-day wallet ready for the week, and I can do a challenge with this. So let's zoom to the next part. Okay, so my next part. So if you watched my last video, you know that I have this little wallet that I keep at home, and it just has my allocations of how much I'm spending each week. I don't put it all in at the beginning of the month because I just get a little bit anxious that I'm gonna have no money in the bank, which is silly really, because I budget really well in that respect, but I just don't do it. And this month has been a bit of a weird one with everything going on. So I took the cash out, and I decided that I was only going to use £80 this month for my food shop, just because we have quite a lot in the freezer, and my husband's not back until midweek, so that just means that we're not going to be spending as much. And of course we don't have 4 mouths to feed now, we only have 3 with our son at uni. So I've only got £80 this week, and because it's not the end of the month, I don't have the other areas to fill. And I would normally fill the vapes, but obviously I'm not this month. So 20, 40, 60, 80. 80 is going into my food folder for the week, and I'm really hoping that I can get another at least 10 for my next and stuffing, because it's going to be my end of the month stuffing for me. I think it's Wednesday I'm going to be doing that, so that would be really good if I can just have another extra tenner, because that will be going towards something important. So that's my stuffing, my weekly stuffing, week 4 stuffing. Now I'm going to move on, and I'm going to go to my high priority folder, because I have to pay my credit card. So let's move on to the high priority folder. Okay, so my high priority folder has really taken a hit. There's hardly anything in here now. As some of you might know, I had a little bit of cry about this, because everything's disappeared with the boy going to uni. So I need to really start this again. But I have some really big priorities. Hair is something that I'm going to be stuffing when I get paid. So I'm going to kind of leave that discussion for a moment. Bus, I'm going to leave. but I'm going to put the £20 in my credit card because this is really the focus after all that spending I did at the weekend. So I really need to attack this really hard, and my key focus is going to be my credit cards for a while, if I'm honest. But I'm hoping if I do more saving, and I'm hoping my side hustle will take off so I can kind of get this done quickly so that I can move on to other things. And I feel really terrible really for just spending so much on the card. But I have saved so far, and this has been only a couple weeks really, I've saved 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 30, 40, 55. Okay, so that's not bad. So £255 I've saved. And then going to add another 20 into that. So £275 I have saved for the credit card. And then what I do, because I don't like having too much money in the house, what I will do is that the weekend after I get paid, so I get paid on Wednesday, so next weekend I'll go into the city with my husband and we will pay that straight in to our account, and I will pay the credit card straight away. So I will pay off some of the credit card, and that's what we tend to do. It really works for us because we just find that just systematic, that we know that it's going straight into the bank and we pay the credit card straight away. So that's going to be quite nice, and hopefully I'll have a little bit more ready to go to the bank. So that's everything for my stuffing this week. There's really not been a lot, which doesn't surprise me. But what I'm going to do now is it's really exciting because I've just made a new folder and I can start a challenge. So let's get challenging. Okay, so this is my new folder. Obviously it hasn't got my black print on it because it would be a bit silly being on black. It's exactly the same style. I just really like this style. And I decided that I was going to have a challenges folder. These are challenges that aren't necessarily focused to a particular area that I'm saving for. It's just some fun little challenges that just kind of keep me ticking along, because I do get bored quite easily. And sometimes I could find that it's quite routine like with my cash stuffing. So I just wanted to spruce it up a bit. And I made myself some challenges. And I decided that I was going to make myself a challenge folder. One, because I've made some gains, but they're a bit bigger to fit in the folder, but I can just put the monies in there. And also some other little fun ones. I'm sure they'll be changing around quite a lot. But I just thought this would be a great addition to my cash binders. So let's have a look. I've got a 50p challenge that I made, just a real simple one that just helps me to save 50p coins, because I don't do the penny saving challenge. So I thought this would be quite handy to keep those 50p's in. I then have a £1 saving challenge, so exactly the same thing, but just for the pound domination. I then have Up in Smoke. So here's my Up in Smoke one. Basically, it's any money that I save on vapes, vape money each week or monthly, then I'll just tick them off. So it's £5 each smoke cloud. And then when I filled it up, I'm going to decide what I'm going to spend it on. I'm thinking £60. If we can, maybe I might go out for a nice meal with my husband, maybe, because that vape money is for both of us. If not, I would put it towards some tech stuff, or I'm waiting to get myself the Marc Jacobs bag. And then I have this one. This is my To Be Read Reading Savings Challenge. Because I love to read. I read a lot, apart from this week, but we'll come to that. I love to read, but I've got loads and loads of books at home. So the plan is that every 4 books that I read that I haven't bought recently that are at home, and I literally mean at home, that can be in the front room, that can be on the landings, that can be in my bedroom, that can be anywhere, because I have loads and loads of books. So every time I read 4 books from my house that need to be read, from my to be read pile, I will put a £5 into here. Okay. And then that will all mount up. So 5, 10, 15, 20, it will lead to 90. Once that's completed, I will then be able to buy myself a treat, and I will probably go to the local bookstore and buy myself a book I really, really want. That's not secondhand. I tend to buy most of my books secondhand. So that is that's what the to be read saving challenge is. So it's not about buying books, it's not about saving money for books, it's so that I read the books that I have already here. So if you are someone like me that just buys books all the time, this might be the tracker for you. I'm hoping this will work. So with that in mind, because I forgot to do it earlier, I'm going to tell you what I've been reading this week. Okay, so it's been a really bad book week for me, actually. Considering my husband's not home, I thought I'd be reading a lot more, but I've just been so tired that I just haven't been able to read. Now, I read a lot and I read a variety of different things. So part of my job is that I need to read, partly because I love reading. Secondly, because my PhDs are at children's literature, so you will see lots of children's literature books. But picture books are not going to be included in my to be read challenge because I think that'd be a little bit cheeky of me. But I read a variety of books. That being said, I've only read like 74 pages this week, which is really bad for me. So I'm hoping to read some more this evening. I think I've got a bit more of a focus now because I can have a little bit more of a relaxing day. So hopefully the evening will be a bit more productive reading wise. This is what I'm reading at the moment. I got this in the works a little while ago. I love true crime. I love crime. I love true crime, psychological thrillers. Love all of it. And I've read I've read quite a few now, true crime books. And I'm currently reading John Wayne Gacy, one of the serial killers I didn't really know as much about. At the moment, it's quite descriptive. It's not going into the psychology of John Wayne Gacy, which is really the aspects I really am interested in. So I'm not really into it at the moment. So that's what I'm reading. I'm determined to get this finished by my next video. So that's the plan, because then I want to move on to one of these books. So for you people that are watching, maybe you've read one of these, or if you want to pick one of these that I need to read. So these are all from my to be read piles, plural, and they've all come from a charity shop. So if there's one here that you think I should read next, let me know in the comments which one I should read, and that may well be the one that I read. So if any one of you comments, then that's the book I'm going to read. So please let me know, because I'm determined to get through this pile. So that's what I've been reading this week. So, and I've got nothing to tick off on my to be read tracker, which is really, really sad. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so I went to go collect those books because I forgot them, because I just forgot them. And I went to collect them and noticed this little wallet I had beside my bed, and it's got some change in here. How exciting. So I've actually got a few more challenges that I can do. Yay. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to get my challenge folder, and I'm going to try and do some challenges. So right, so challenge folder, let's have a look. So we've got the 50p saving challenge. So each coin equals 50 pence. And at the end of it, I'm going to save, shoo, bless me. Shoo, bless me. I might even just keep that in a video. So each coin equals 50 pence. So, and I have now, which is exciting, didn't know this, 51.52. So I've got £2 worth, so 4 50p coins. So I'm going to cross them off. 1, 2, 3, 4. What a little surprise. I don't even know why they were in there. Maybe my husband put them there. If he finds random coins now, he tends to put them somewhere. And I get very excited. Right, okay, so that's my 50p ones completed. So I'm going to put that in there. And then put the coins at the back. I do have some of those plastic coin jars that I need to kind of sort out and organise. So maybe I'll do that. But at the moment, it's okay, the pouch. And then I've got my £1 challenge. And I've got 1, 2, 3 pounds here. So 1, 2, 3. Well, that's a good little start, considering I didn't really save much and it's been a pretty financially denting week. That's just perked me up a little bit, just being able to do a couple challenges. I'm so glad I made these in the week now. Yeah, I'm really quite happy about that. So that's it really for my weekly unstuff and my quick stuff. I hope you enjoyed that. My next video on Wednesday is going to be my end of the month stuffing. So that will be, yeah, lots more money to see and hopefully some more challenges to fill in. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm probably going to go and have another cup of coffee now because it's only 6:15 in the morning. And I'm really quite tired. So I'm going to go and I'm going to read that book, finish that book. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Please do the YouTubey things if you'd like to. Also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and have a little nosy of my Etsy shop. It's going to be... I'm going to sort it out and I'm going to put loads more of my things on. I've been lacking on that quite a lot. So I'm going to really sort out the shop this weekend as well. Today, actually, because tomorrow I've got to do some PhD work. So have a great weekend. Enjoy your stuffings and I will see you all next week. Bye, everyone.